What should parents do when they know that their kids are lying to them? Because this is a really big bind, and this is something I hear from parents all the time. I know my kid is lying to me. And it comes with frustration and anger. It comes with fear and disappointment and all sorts of stuff. So I really want to focus on four key areas that I think will really help. So much of our time and energy and worry and finances and everything can go into trying to support a child, a loved one who is struggling. And in that process, we can forget about ourselves. To go out and to get good rest, to get your own counseling or therapy or support, not even focused on the problems that are presenting with your child, but what comes up for you, what's hard, the loneliness that you might be feeling, the overwhelm. The more we're able to take care of ourselves when faced with these kinds of crises, the more bandwidth we have to be able to respond to the crises. Try as much as possible to shift away from conversations around the substance use and move towards the conversations around how your children are doing, to really begin to connect with the pain that might be driving the use, as opposed to the anger or the disappointment that comes up from the child using and then even lying about it. So we can kind of get lost in that conversation around, how dare you lie to me? The only thing that I ask is for honesty. And this derails us from what motivated the use to begin with. Remembering that when substance use or any kind of addictive behavior trips into problematic areas, it's no longer fun. It is serving a purpose. It is solving some riddle of pain for the person that's stuck in that pattern. And to change the conversation and to get really curious about what's happening with the child, the young adult, might help you help them solve that, as opposed to getting stuck in the circular argument around the use and the lying. A simple and very difficult, if those two things can exist, suggestion is to stop asking questions. When there is this kind of pain, it's really difficult for an individual to even access the truth of what's happening, much less be able to share that truth. There is shame, there's fears of failure, there is fears of having things that you think you need or you do need being taken away from you. We put people in a bind by asking them questions we already know the answer to. And especially when there's been a history of mistrust and lying, the person may not be able to tell you the truth, which means they're going to lie. Or if they do tell you the truth, it's really hard to believe them, which then now puts both of you in a bind. So if the parent tells me that they know their child is using and they're disappointed that their child is lying to them about it, I usually say, why are you asking the question? You already know what's happening. So let's focus the energies into different kinds of questions or different kinds of conversations that might be helpful in that moment. What do you need? How are you feeling? Or even getting more into the parent stuff, sharing how I'm doing. What are you willing to do if nothing changes? Are you willing to let your son or your daughter live with you? Are you willing to give them a credit card? Are you willing to give them food, buy them clothes? What are you not willing to do? Often parents' anger or frustration is actually tied to their child using the resources that the parent gives them to get drugs, to use. And when somebody is stuck in that sort of a pattern, of course that's what they're going to do. And so once we identify our values, then we can establish ways of offering those to our kids without putting them in a bind. So to wrap up this video, I just want to say that what you're going through is tough. It's tough on you, it's tough on your children, and you're all in it together. So I hope that you're able to get help for everybody. So if you have found this video helpful, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of other videos with a lot of other topics. And please visit our website at www.evohealthandwellness.com. And thanks for watching.